The U.S. Senate has held its annual hearing with intelligence chiefs on the global threats America is facing.
If this hearing had been held 2 weeks ago, we'd be spending the last 2 hours talking about North Korea.
But the meeting wasn't weeks ago, it was just hours ago and went in a completely different direction, as Caleb Maupin reports.
The hearing was widely anticipated in the aftermath of the firing of FBI Director James Comey. His replacement, a deputy director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, he was there, and it was expected that there would be some interrogation and some questions about what led up to the firing of James Comey, about possibilities that this could be linked to the investigation of Russian meddling in the elections. However, the chair of the Senate committee was quick to rebuff those who expected that to be the focus of the hearing. This is what he said.
Let me disappoint everybody up front. While the committee certainly views Russian intervention in our elections as a significant threat, the purpose of today's hearing is to review and highlight to the extent possible the ranges of threats that we face as a nation.
Some members of the committee did try to bring up the wide-ranging topics that are included in security threats to the United States. Some members of the committee asked about North Korea. Others asked about cybersecurity. Questions came up about the selling of narcotics on the internet, about gangs, etc. However, there is one topic that seemed to continually be raised throughout the hearing, no matter where the conversation went.
Russian activities, manipulation, outright lies,
propaganda, call them whatever.
Russian interference.
Cyber activity.
the hacking and leaking.
Illicit Russian money. Even at this moment, even on this day.
In ways we haven't seen before.
To influence our elections.
There seemed to be almost a consensus in the room that some kind of cyber doctrine needed to be developed, a real strategy for dealing with the threat of cyber attack needed to be solidified by the U.S. government and the intelligence community. While coming up with a cyber strategy is not easily done and requires a lot of work, they do seem to have a backup plan, which is to take advice and take direction from Russia's neighbors. Let's take a listen.
You and I were in the Ukraine and Poland just about a year ago, and what they told us over there was that the best defense, they can't shut down their TV networks, they can't turn off the internet. The best defense is if the public knows what's happening and they say, oh, it's just the Russians again. And we have to reach that level of knowledge in this country.
It seems like the idea is to get the population so full of accusations and so afraid and aware of accusations of Russian meddling that anytime things don't go by the book in the United States, they'll simply say, well, there goes Russia again.